That raised bed you built with so much excitement? It might be slowly killing your plants, and you would never even know it. Most gardeners do not realize they are making these mistakes until they have already lost an entire season of food. And the worst part? These are not complicated problems. They are simple things nobody told you about. Stay with me, because by the time this video ends, you will know exactly what to fix before it costs you another harvest. Welcome back to Gentle Green, the place where we grow smarter, not just harder. If you're new here, so glad you found us. This channel is all about helping you build a thriving garden without draining your wallet or your energy. And to everyone who keeps coming back, you already know we do not do fluff here. We get straight to what actually works. Real quick before we dive in, if you find value in what we share here, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a thing. It takes 2 seconds, and it means the world to this community. All right, let's get into it. Mistake 1, picking the wrong spot. Let us start at the very beginning, because this is where most people go wrong before they even touch a single board or scoop of soil. Most gardeners pick a spot based on how it looks in the yard, not how the sun actually moves across it. Your raised bed needs a minimum of 6 hours of direct sunlight every single day, not shade with a little sun peeking through. Direct sunlight. 6 full hours. Here is something most people never think about. The sun shifts throughout the seasons. A spot that gets full sun in spring might be completely shaded by summer when your neighbor's trees are fully leafed out. So before you commit to a location, spend 1 full day watching where the light falls from morning to evening. That one afternoon will save you an entire season of poor harvests. Also keep it close to a water source. Sounds obvious until you're dragging a heavy hose across a yard every single day and slowly giving up on watering altogether. Mistake 2, building the bed too wide. This one sounds so small, it almost does not feel worth mentioning, but it will wear you down quietly over time. If you cannot comfortably reach the center of your raised bed from either side without stepping into it, your bed is too wide. The moment you step into a raised bed, you compact the soil. Compacted soil pushes air out, and roots need air just as much as they need water. The sweet spot is 4 feet wide. If your bed sits against a wall or a fence where you can only reach from one side, bring it down to 2 feet. That is it. Simple rule, big difference. Mistake 3, using the wrong soil. Here is where a lot of money gets wasted. People fill their raised beds with straight topsoil, or even worse, they dig up the ground soil beneath them and use that. Then they wonder why nothing grows well. Raised beds need a soil mix that drains well, but still holds enough moisture for roots to drink from between waterings. A simple mix that works beautifully is 1/3 compost, 1/3 coarse material like aged wood chips or perlite, and 1/3 quality topsoil. This combination feeds your plants, drains properly after rain, and stays loose enough for roots to move through freely. Bad garden soil alone is too dense when it settles. Straight compost dries out too fast. The blend is everything. Mistake 4, ignoring the depth. People underestimate how deep a raised bed needs to be. They build something 6 inches tall thinking that is enough, and then wonder why their carrots look like little orange fists instead of long, straight roots. Shallow roots mean shallow plants. Most vegetables need at least 10 to 12 inches of soil depth to develop properly. Leafy greens and herbs can survive in 8 inches. But if you're growing anything with deep roots like tomatoes, carrots, peppers, or squash, you want 12 inches bare minimum. Anything less, and you are essentially growing in a container with no room to stretch. If you already have a shallow bed, do not tear it apart. Simply add an extension frame on top and fill it with your soil blend. Problem solved without starting over. Now, before we get into mistake number 5, I want to pause here because the next 3 mistakes are the ones most experienced gardeners overlook. And honestly, these are the ones that cause the most frustration. So if you've been gardening for a while and things still are not working the way you expect, this next part is probably exactly why. Keep watching. Also, if this video is helping you already, drop a comment below telling me which mistake surprised you the most so far. It really helps this video reach more gardeners who need it. And if you have not subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. We drop new videos every week built around saving you time, money, and a whole lot of frustration in the garden. Mistake 5. Skipping weed barrier at the bottom. This is the quiet one. You build your bed, fill it with beautiful soil, plant everything, and then 3 weeks later you notice weeds pushing up from below. Not from seeds that blew in, from the ground underneath your bed. Grass and weeds are persistent. They will grow upward through 6 inches of soil without breaking a sweat. The fix is simple and cheap. Before you fill your bed, lay down a layer of cardboard directly on the ground underneath. No tape or staples needed. Just overlap the edges so there are no gaps. Wet it down and fill your bed on top of it. The cardboard breaks down over time and actually improves the soil beneath while blocking weeds during your growing season. It costs you almost nothing and saves hours of digging later. Mistake 6. Overcrowding plants. This one comes from a good place. You want to grow as much food as possible in your space. That makes complete sense. But overcrowding is one of the fastest ways to invite disease, poor airflow, and disappointing harvests. When plants are too close together, they compete for the same nutrients, water, and light. The ones that lose that competition grow weak. Weak plants attract pests and disease the way a light attracts moths at night. Follow spacing guides, not as a suggestion, but as a rule. And if you want to maximize your space smartly, look into companion planting. Pairing plants that support each other like basil next to tomatoes or carrots alongside onions allows you to use space efficiently without the chaos of overcrowding. That is gardening working with nature instead of fighting it. Mistake 7. Not feeding the soil between seasons. Your soil is alive. It is full of microorganisms, earthworms, and biological activity that feeds your plant season after season. But every harvest you pull takes nutrients out of that soil. If you never put anything back, the soil slowly becomes tired and your harvest gets smaller every year. Between seasons, top your bed with 2 to 3 inches of finished compost. Let it sit over winter or between planting cycles. You do not need expensive fertilizers or complicated soil tests to start. Compost is your foundation. It feeds the biology in the soil, which then feeds your plants in a way no synthetic product can fully replicate. Think of your raised bed soil as a relationship. You have to give back to keep it thriving. Mistake 8. No plan for watering. This last one catches people by surprise because it does not sound like a mistake. It sounds like something you just figure out as you go. But watering without a consistent approach is one of the biggest reasons raised bed gardens underperform. Raised beds dry out faster than ground gardens because of their exposure on all sides. In the heat of summer, you might need to water every day or every other day. Inconsistent watering, too much one day and then nothing for several days, causes problems like blossom end rot in tomatoes, cracking in peppers, and bolting in lettuce. The simplest solution that will change your gardening life is a drip irrigation system on a basic timer. You can set one up for under $30 using supplies from any garden center or hardware store. Set it to water in the early morning before the heat kicks in and walk away. Your plants get consistent moisture, you stop guessing, and your garden runs almost on its own. If a timer is not in the budget right now, at least commit to a watering schedule. Same time every day. Check the soil an inch below the surface before you water. If it is still moist, skip that day. If it is dry, water deeply. Simple and effective. So there you have it. 8 raised bed mistakes that sneak up on even the most enthusiastic gardeners. None of them are complicated. None of them require you to tear everything down and start over. Most of them are just small adjustments that make a massive difference over time. Gardening is one of the most rewarding things you can do with your hands and your time. But it becomes discouraging fast when you do not know what is quietly working against you. Now you know, and knowing is more than half the battle. If this video helped you today, please give it a thumbs up. It tells the platform this content is worth sharing and helps more gardeners find it. Subscribe if you have not already, and hit the bell so you're the first to know when we drop something new. Leave a comment below and tell me which one of these mistakes you have been making without realizing it. I read every single one, and I will reply. I will see you in the next video. Keep growing, keep learning, and remember, a great garden does not have to cost you a fortune. It just has to be done right.